All right, let's finish the notes on parallel lines. So this one you should be able to do by yourself at this point, given the examples we've already done. So if you feel like you can do it by yourself, pause the video, try the problem, and then come back and check your answer. It says that we need to write the equation for a line that is perpendicular to a given line, right here, and passes through the point 5, -9. So step one was to solve the equation for y, put it into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and we can't combine those because they're not like terms. I like to write the x part in front, so -x plus 3. And then divide by -3 everything. So y equals 1/3 x minus 1. So note that this says -x over -3, so that changes positive. Really, this is -1x over -3. And you can see up here, we didn't put the x on top. It's not wrong to down here, but it just doesn't look as good. So that's that. So now we have the slope right there, and that's what we were looking for. So the slope of the given line is 1/3. We're going with perpendicular, so the new slope of the perpendicular line is going to be the opposite. So this was positive, we're going to do negative. And then reciprocal, which means flip it. So 3/1, but I'm just going to write 3 because it's the same thing. Step 4 was write y minus y equals m times x minus x. The bold ones, or I'm just going to highlight them, these are the ones we're replacing with the given information. So we have the point 5 and -9, so the x is 5, y is -9, and the slope is -3. So y minus -9 equals -3 x minus 5. We need to distribute the -3, and also minus a negative is a positive, so I'm going to change that now. So y plus 9 equals -3x plus 15. And then we just have to finish by getting y by itself. Y equals -3x plus 6. And that's it. It's done. I know I went fast, so go back and pause it if you need to take more time to write that down or try it yourself. The next one is slightly different because it doesn't give us the equation of a line. It gives us that there is a line that passes through these points. Then after that, we have another line that passes through point 1, 2, and is parallel. We need the slope of the given line in order to find the equation of the new line. So on the other ones, we solved an equation, but on this one, we can just use the slope formula. M equals y minus y over x minus x. So I'm going to put a little j here because we're finding the slope of line j. Mj equals y minus y, 10 minus -8, over x minus x, -4 minus 2. Minus a negative is a positive, so 18 over -6. And that simplifies to -3. So the slope of line J is -3, and we need to write the equation for a line that is parallel. Parallel lines have the same slope, so the new slope is -3. So we're going to use the formula y minus y equals m times x minus x, and substitute into that formula for the things that we already know. So y minus y is 2 equals m, -3, times x minus, and then the 1 for the x. We want to distribute, so y minus 2 equals -3x plus 3, and then add the 2 to both sides. Y equals -3x plus 5. And that is the equation for a line that is parallel to line J and passes through points 1, 2. Okay, So I have two more problems that are more just let's look at them problems than do much. All right. This paper shows the graph of a line, P, I guess it says, and we want to know which one is the equation for a line parallel. So the short way to do it would be to count the slope or do the slope formula. I'll do the slope formula again just in case any of you need more. So y is 6 and 2, so 6 minus 2 over negative 4 minus 4 for the x's. That equals 4 over negative 8, and that simplifies to negative 1/2. So the slope of that is negative 1/2. If you got a positive and then looked at your graph with that downhill sliding thing, you should probably say to yourself, something's wrong. Now I'm going to look at the answer choices just because I like to see if I can answer already. And the only one that has the correct slope is C. So that is the correct answer. But if you wanted to go back and actually do the work for it, you would do y minus y equals m times x minus x. Here's the point. So I'm going to plug that in. Y minus negative 1 equals parallel, so same slope, negative 1/2 x minus 0. If we distribute, we end up with y plus 1 equals negative 1/2 x, and then subtract 1 from both sides. And you can see that's the same as what we thought. So either way will work. And lastly, I hope I don't run out of time, this gives us some sides of a quadrilateral, and we just need to check these answers. So it says AD is parallel to BC. AD and BC, are those parallel? No, because their slopes are different. So that's not true, and automatically A can be crossed off. B, AB is parallel to CD. Well, those slopes are the same, so that's true. And then it says, but AD is not parallel to BC. And that's true also. Those are not parallel. So this would be the right choice, but it would be smart to check the other ones. We already know this is true and this is not true. And here it says AD is not parallel to BC, which is true. AB is not parallel to CD, which is not true. So we have the right answer. And that is the end of how to write equations for parallel lines. If you need to learn more about that, you should probably rewatch the video or ask us some questions and do the practice in your notebooks. Okay, bye.